Mansfield. This is another one of my videos discussing using the T5 system to accelerate patient flow and improve patient care by increasing efficiency. In this video, I'll be showing how the SystemEV is a unique, one-of-a-kind charting system. Although it is a comprehensive emergency department information system, I will be emphasizing the charting part because this is our biggest slowdown in the emergency department. How to quickly and accurately chart while we are in the midst of chaos. We don't want to be sitting at a desk all the time. We want to be seeing patients. We need to be seeing patients. First, I will show SystemEV's basic design. 5-button charting, circles and backslashes, dictation-like text, and 80/20 tiered charting. Then, more detail of the 5-button charting, history and exam buttons, course button, diagnosis and discharge button, and the home button, which is the interactive status board. And finally, I will show charting on a patient step by step. T-System's philosophy of turnkey implementation, coupled with rich clinical content, eliminates the need for content configuration and design. Once installed, clinicians do not have to build the system in order to use it. When you have to build the system or customize your charting system, productivity plummets right from the start. Doctors Woodrow Gandy and Rob Langdon first developed paper templates called T-sheets. They perfected them, then adapted them into a computerized rendition and expanded them step by step into a comprehensive ED information system. This foundation, the complete, easy-to-use, speedy-to-use templates, has formed the basis for their success in the paper T-sheets and now in their electronic charting system, SystemEV. T-sheets organized all the problems we encounter in the emergency department into 50 two-page templates, 1 page of history and 1 page of exam, lab, radiology, progress notes, and diagnosis. So with 1 sheet of paper, you have all you need to chart on any patient. This discipline of logically arranging all of this on one side of a sheet of paper carried over to the electronic version, SystemEV's design. SystemEV has all of the history on just 1 sheet and all of the physical exam just on 1 sheet, and they make it easy to switch back and forth. Next, SystemEV adds 1 sheet for course for all labs, radiology, meds, procedures, progress notes, and medical decision making. Lastly, SystemEV adds DXDI for diagnosis, prescription, and aftercare. So, only 1 page per category to do all your charting. No endless switching from page to page to page for history, page to page to page again for physical. The next design element is circles and backslashes. A circled word means that it is positive or present. For instance, if you circled trouble breathing, it means that the patient says that they do have trouble breathing. A backslashed word means that it is negative or not present. So if trouble breathing is backslashed, it means that the patient says that they did not have trouble breathing. This convention makes it fast to chart on the paper T-sheets. This is carried over to SystemEV, except instead of having to draw a circle or a backslash, you just have to touch on the word. On the left side to circle the word, on the right side to backslash the word. This is easy, intuitive, and fast on both the paper and the tablet computer. On both the paper and the tablet computer, there are blank lines. On the paper version, you could write additional information here. On the electronic version, tapping the lines brings up more detailed information to choose. Again, this is all chosen just by tapping your choice or tapping the words to form a phrase. By design, the goal is to never have to write something out. Just tap, as this is much faster, and all of the design is built for speed on a tablet computer to chart at the point of care. The third design element is dictation-like text. On the paper T-sheets, the circles and backslashes were easy to read and understand. In the SystemEV, they are magically changed into a dictation-like text. You will notice that brevity in the dictated text is also stressed. Your important positive or negative findings won't be buried in long boilerplate text. The last design element is that SystemEV's charting philosophy is based on the 80-20 principle. 80% of the charting is simple and fast, circles and backslashes, to get this out of the way quickly. Then you tackle the last 20% in another unique way to make this part go quickly also. They accomplish this by using pop-up boxes with focused information, either straight lists to choose items or phrase builders, that is, specific words and numbers ready to tap out to build a phrase in the history, rather than having to type or write it out. Again, all of this is designed and built for speed on a tablet computer in order to chart at the point of care. That's the basics. Now let's look at the 5 different buttons. These basics, circle or backslash, and phrase building, are the same on all the sheets. The history and exam sheets work just the same, using circle or backslash and phrase building. Press the history button. If you have used paper T-sheets, this will look very familiar. Just like the paper T-sheets, you choose a specific template. The template screen looks just like the rack that the paper T-sheets are held in. Each history template has a physical exam template specific for that history template, just like the paper T-sheets. This is really the most important benefit of SystemEV, the rich clinical content. You can't build this into your unfinished charting system yourself. No other charting system has anything that is remotely close to this. Most other electronic charting systems have content that looks like an afterthought, if it's even finished. SystemEV started with the content and built the system around the content, and it really shows when you're in front of the patient documenting. It is as easy as if you were charting with a pen and clipboard. These few screenshots cannot adequately show the depth of this content. In 1996, including the 300 emergency departments that are now using the SystemEV, 250 million patient visits have been charted on using this clinical content. That's an astounding figure, but if you've used the paper T-sheets, you will understand why they are so popular. They are just the best, the most thought out, the most complete templates. Next, we go to the course button. This is where ordering, progress notes, procedures, medical decision making is charted. As always, circle or backslash and phrase building is used for all of the charting, and it is designed to be completed with no writing, just quick tapping, and again, all turned into dictated-like text. I'll show more examples of this tapping to text on the video that follows this one. Again, it is designed to be very fast, point-of-care charting. Now on to the 4th button, Diagnosis and Discharge. This also is specific to each history template. All you need to do is tap a specific diagnosis or multiple diagnoses, or backslash to indicate clinical picture does not suggest. For example, a backslash through angina prints out clinical picture does not suggest angina. Other diagnoses not related to the history template are under general or more diagnoses and can also be chosen. Tapping on the line to the right of the diagnosis allows you to choose an aftercare information sheet related to that diagnosis. Then to the right, tap on a prescription. Again, the list is specific for the history template. Prescriptions unrelated to the diagnosis can also be chosen. A double tap automatically chooses the default strength and quantity. Tap to the right and any other strength or quantity can be chosen. Finally, standard aftercare instructions and specific physician follow-up can easily be chosen. Lastly, let's look at the fifth button, the Home button, which is the interactive status board. You would normally start with this screen. Pushing the Home button opens this screen up. Choose a patient that has not been seen, tap on it, and then you will see the 4-button screen. The status board presents lots of information in a very structured way. Tapping the different tabs on top changes the views. Room view for each individual area, or all patients, or just my patients. A plus sign shows that the patient has old charts, and 3 taps pops up the readable dictation-like chart and labs. Now let's focus on the right side, processes. A lot of info is graphically represented here, and this is where you can quickly monitor all that is going on with your patient. The status board color keys show 1. A red font means attention, needs to be done or ordered. 2. A blue font means has been ordered or results are in progress. A blue font underlined means has exceeded the time parameter for that result to be done. 4. A green font highlighted in red means a critical value in the result. And 5. A green font with a strike through means results are done and ready for preview. Since you have your tablet with you all the time, you can walk over to your patient and say, let's see what's completed, noting each item that's complete, showing the results to your patient, and showing what still is pending. You can also see if your patient is improved or needs further medication, and tap out a quick patient progress note right there with the patient. The status board allows for frequent physician visits to the patient. Instead of spending so much time sitting at a desk behind a computer, we can be walking around and talking with our patients. When they are ready for discharge or admission, this can also be done right with the patient. The RN, LVN, ED Tech, or volunteer can easily read the status board and also keep the patient informed. I'll now show how easy it is to tap out a quick chart. One that is a simple problem seen in discharge right from the T5 area. Although I chose sore throat, the templates are so complete for any of the other 50 templates that it would be equally as fast on either of those templates. Tap on a patient that is unassigned, that is, the physician blank is empty. Now your name is entered into that blank. If this patient had previous charts, the plus would be to the left, and you could tap on it and view the old chart. You could tap nurse documentation to see vital signs, past medical history, and meds. Then tap the history button and the famous template chooser pops up. Double tap number 29, throat or dental pain, and the sore throat template pops up. Tap through the sheet to circle and backslash. Tap a line to open more details if needed. Then it would look like this. Then tap the exam button. Tap to circle and backslash. By tapping the line, it opens up more detailed choices. tap the DXDI button, tap tonsillitis, Lortab, penicillin, tap plenty of fluids, rest, off work, or tap the line to the right for more specifics. Tap return if problems, follow up with your doctor, or the line with doctor, and a list of the on-call and on-staff physicians pops up to tap the desired doctor. Tap the discharge button, and discharge is entered on the status board. Tap viewing instructions and go over them with your patient. Tap prescription and excuse and go over them with your patient. Ask your patient if they have any other questions or concerns. If not, tap printing instructions and prescriptions and show the patient to the printing area to pick up the printed instructions and prescription. Here is how they look printed out. Notice the conciseness. Important details won't get buried. Now, right there, you look at the status board, choose a new patient, and go see them. No going back to sit behind a computer. I hope this demonstrates that you can chart while you are with the patient at the point of care quickly while talking with them, and you won't feel like you're fumbling around in front of them. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. The next video shows more examples of how SystemEV changes all of the circles and backslashes into concise, readable text. I haven't shown the nurse charting, billing reminder, CPOE, ERX, and other essential parts that make this a comprehensive EDIS because I was focusing on our most important need, fast, easy charting. Feel free to contact me for any other questions that are not answered in the frequently asked questions section.